Here's a really good one that a whole bunch of you guys sent me emails about yesterday. All about a guy who was offered an amazing job opportunity to make some serious money by working overseas for 4 months. He'd have this job, but spend 4 months overseas, and would make a ton of money about this. However, his girlfriend is having a meltdown of this whole thing because she's thinking in the short term how she feels not seeing him for 4 months, and he's thinking long term what the money would do for them as a couple, and ultimately throws a big tantrum and screws everything up. And you're going to see, just as a perfect example, how guys have the ability to use logic and reason and think long term, while women think typically how they feel in the moment in the short term and the disaster that can cause, and of course how different men and women are. And ultimately, she has this big meltdown when it doesn't go in her favor. Titled, "Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girl because she literally told me she would cheat on me if I took a new job?" Now listen to this. "I know this is going to come across as first world problems. I'm currently at a job where I earn about $250,000 a year. I have an opportunity for a job where I would get $640,000 a year." And before a lot of you guys say, "That's bullshit," in the comment section, he responds to lots of things and he explained what he was doing, and it does not seem like bullshit. It happens, guys. There are jobs like this and people can make a shitload of money. The caveat being that the new job is overseas. I'll be gone for 4 months at a time instead of 4 weeks at a time. Okay, so already he spends a little time overseas. "My girlfriend is unhappy. She says that she doesn't want me gone for that long, that she will get lonely. I tried to explain that I will only be doing this job for 1 or 2 years, and that the money I make sets us up for a bright future. We can pay off our debts, we can buy a house, we can travel on my off time." Right. But you see, she's immediately reacting how she feels, because women have an emotional, CPU or operating system, whatever you want to call it, and he's immediately thinking rational. Look at all this dough I'm going to bring in after taxes. And as many of you are aware, the younger you are and you have a lot of money you can put away and invest and grow over the decades, the better off you're going to be. Thing is, she doesn't want him gone 4 months. And I can understand she'll miss him, but guess what? People can do it if they really want to and care. She can have friends to hang out with she doesn't need. She can go 4 months without some sausage. She says that she doesn't care about any of that, and if I'm gone for that long, she might need company. Well, I don't think she's referring to her dog or her cat. I didn't understand at first, and I said that we could get a dog, and she's been wanting to get one. She said she meant human company. I said that she's had lots of company at work and at school, and she was welcome to use our place to socialize all she wanted. Dude, what? How blind are you? She wants human company for something else. She then spelled out to me, because I was stupid to think she was a decent human being. Listen to this. She then spelled out to me that I was stupid to think that she was a decent human being. In other words, you're a fool to think that you're going to be gone that long and I'm not going to get some dick. That's really what it is. A threat. You go away, that's it. I can't promise I'm going to be faithful to you. What a great girl. What a great girl to say that, to say you're stupid to think I'm a decent human being. You think this guy's going to stay with you any longer after this? She said that she was not going to go for months without SEX. Oh, for God's sakes. Now, you'd think, guys, that she'd be jumping up and down like, okay, go off and do the job. Bring in the money, and meanwhile, I'm going to go hook up left and right. I said I completely understood and broke up with her. Good. A job like that you make that ton of money, guess what, bro? You should never turn that down. You never put the pussy before the purpose. Ever. You make that ton of money, and guess what? You get another chick. You're a high-value guy making that kind of money, but just be careful. She is now going crazy. She's at her sister's house and calling me and texting constantly. She says that I misunderstood and she would never cheat on me. What a steaming pile of crap. There was no misunderstanding here. She made it abundantly clear, after she was dropping the hints, made it clear. You're stupid to think that I was a decent human being. She didn't expect him to break up with her. That's what happened. And this guy now can see who she is. Like I said, I'm gone for a month at a time now, and I'm pretty sure she's been lonely before. I can't trust her, and I'm not going to try and build a future with someone who can't think about plans. Amen. Now, the comment section is heavily divided. You got people thinking he was handling this in the right way, and other people give him a lot of crap. Now, guess who's getting a lot of crap? Women. You got people saying, you already make enough money. That's crazy. You're throwing things away. Da, da, da. If she truly loved this guy, in my opinion, she'd say, okay, fine, 4 months, sure, I'll miss you, but we have something solid here, and I'll hang out with my family, or I'll get that dog and stuff like that, and work on myself, and blah, blah, blah. Or maybe she can go visit him. I don't see why she can't go live with him for a little while during this whole thing. Make it work for the long term. That kind of dough after taxes. Now he's overseas, and I'm not quite sure how that will work out, but nevertheless, he's going to be paying taxes. He's still going to get a lot of money at the end of the day, and that money early on, used for a down payment for a house, or shit, paying off the whole fucking house, or putting that money away to invest it. Guess what? The bigger amount you save early on and let that thing, and you invest it early on and let that grow over the decades, it's astounding what it can build into. But no. So here's some comments. One guy says, not the a-hole. Either she generally meant what she said and she'd cheat, or she tried to emotionally manipulate you. Either way, she showed you her true colors, and it's great that you walked away. Congrats on your new opportunity. Amen. That's exactly what she was trying to do. Another guy says here, yep, you're completely incompatible. For me personally, there's not a chance I'm okay with you being gone for 4 months at a time for multiple years, because it's always longer than people say. You'd be gone 8 months out of the year. That's not nothing. Also, you're likely to spend money more than to save it and potentially cheat yourself. Listen, this is from a woman. Okay, you're going to piss away all the money. You're going to probably cheat. And 8 months of the year. He said it's 4 months of the year. And this guy's doing this so he can make a ton of money. Do you think he's doing this just so he can just piss it away on hookers and booze? No, he's going to do it and put it away. He obviously has a good head on his shoulders. And you're potentially going to cheat yourself. Does this guy sound like hooking up is his main priority here? No, he wants to be on his grind and purpose, bringing in the dough. But of course, this gal's painting him as the villain. But she's not done yet. She says, my marriage grew apart, oh shocker, because he traveled 97% of the time for work. This guy isn't traveling 97% of the time. And I swear I'm never dating someone where they're not home most of the time again. I don't give a fuck about excess money. I want time with someone, just my personal preference. So in her mind, because things didn't work out with her husband, then every guy is going to be a villain here. And guess what? She obviously signed up for this, where he was working all the time. Don't put your misery and all that stuff on other people, lady. Now, it was shitty of her to say that she'd cheat, but at least she was upfront and told you so you could choose between the job and her. And yes, she absolutely would cheat. She's only backtracking because you broke up with her instead of choosing her over your job. Or at best, she was being manipulative, saying she'd cheat to get you to not take the job. Not the a-hole because you're not incompatible, but there's not a chance I stay if you took that job, because for me, some things are more important than money. Last time I checked, money is very important to pretty much all women. And if they say otherwise, they're full of crap. Unless they're an heiress or they make so much money themselves, guess what? Women like a high-value guy that not only has a job title or maybe some levels of education, but also brings in the dough. End of fucking story, and we all know it. Come on here. Makes your life better. Blah, blah, blah. Now, don't get me wrong. Sure, I understand a woman wants to be with her guy. But this woman is extremely bitter because her marriage didn't work out clearly, and she's painting this guy as the villain here. This guy seems like a good guy, but he's going to do this job. Another one. You're obviously not the a-hole for breaking up with someone who said they would cheat on you. Correct. She's probably cheated on him before. You are, however, the a-hole for thinking leaving for work overseas for months is completely reasonable. You were talking about a bright future. The person you were with said they didn't give a crap about all that and wanted you around, not just for money. You already made good money. So in other words, you make too much money. Look, he has an opportunity, a rare one, while they're not married having kids, to make a shit ton of money that he can then put away early on and build a life with. After a certain point, you don't need more. It won't give you more happiness once you reach a place of comfort. Okay, comrade. Long-distance relationships are tough enough without someone who isn't preemptively justifying cheating on you. You're also rather unlikely to actually stop after a couple of years. There's always be some new job opportunity pulling at you. So yeah, this woman wasn't it, but neither are you right now. Rethink your principles for your next, or priorities for your next relationship. Well, to be honest, I think this guy is not super young, but young. Right now, this guy's priority is his purpose, his grind, and that's what he's doing. Okay, that's what I encourage all guys to do. And this girl's having a meltdown because it didn't work. Her manipulation tactics, or in my opinion, showing her true colors, didn't work, and it backfired. Probably all her girlfriends are like, are you out of your mind? Your guy makes this money now and can bring in this amount of money and you're breaking up with him over that? Some probably told her, you can hook up on the side. But regardless, no, this guy's doing the right thing. Just a lot of bitter people out there. And you make too much money. Well, okay, he does do quite well, 250 grand a year. That's a hell of a nice living. Now, obviously, if you're living in New York City or San Francisco or other high expensive areas, 250 ain't going to get where it will in other parts of the country. But still, that's pretty darn good for a guy, especially a young guy, but making almost 650. You know, and it ain't forever. Another one. Not the a-hole. She fumbled the bag like an idiot. Enjoy your new job and everything comes with it. Now you'll be overseas making crazy bank and single to mingle with local beauties. You'll be just fine and she'll be kicking herself until the end of time. There you go. Of course she will be. But this guy didn't do anything wrong. But that's just how it is. It's a good example. Gentlemen, you're going to get pushback. For you guys that choose yourself and your career and your purpose and grind, which you all should do first no matter what, you're going to get hate. You're going to get pushback from girls that want to get serious with you and you're choosing yourself and your priorities and your purpose first. You're going to get shit from society saying things like, you already make enough, or all sorts of stuff like that, or you're being selfish. Do what's in your best interest. Because guess who always caves to what everybody else wants? The nice guys. And where do they end up? Who chases guys like this? The majority of women. But there's going to be pullback and pushback and all that. So good job on this guy, and I thought to be definitely a good one to cover.